Good morning students, I am Ramani Valluri from Social Science Department, Narayana Group. Today we are going to deal with Social Science assignment, Agriculture for class 10th Geography. Right, let's see the first question. What type of country is India? Agriculture or industrial? Why? Give one reason. As we all know that 80% of the population depends on agriculture. So, India is basically an agricultural country because it is a primary activity and 2/3 of its population is dependent on agricultural activities. So, it is a primary activity which produces most of the food for people. Fine. So, you can write this answer. What is the second question? What is other name of primitive subsistence farming? So, primitive subsistence farming is also known as a slash and burn agriculture. So, in northeastern states, Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya. So, this is also known as with various names like zooming and it is also known as a slash and burn agriculture, the primitive subsistence farming. So, next question is state any one feature of primitive subsistence agriculture. So, one feature of primitive subsistence agriculture is it is practiced on small patches, number one. Okay. And number two is it is practiced with tools, primitive tools like a hoe, dough and digging sticks, and it is a family or community. Together they do the labor to work on these small patches of land. So, another question is what are the different names of slash and burn agriculture in different countries. So, slash and burn agriculture in different countries have different names. It is milpa in Mexico, in Venezuela it is known as conuca, and in Brazil it is known as roca. So, different names it has got, you can mention any two. So, next question is state any two names of primitive subsistence farming in India. So, different names in India primitive subsistence farming is Bivar or Dahiya in Madhya Pradesh, Podu in Andhra Pradesh, Walter in southeastern Rajasthan it is known as Kill in Himalaya belt, and Kuruva in Jharkhand, and Juming in northeastern region, and Bewar and Kill is also the names which is given. This is Bewar in Madhya Pradesh. Fine. So, next is what is the main characteristics of commercial farming. Commercial farming is for the purpose of business purpose. So, commercial purpose means for the sale purpose it is. So, use of higher doses of modern inputs like HYV, high yielding variety seeds we use, and chemical fertilizers we use for the better inputs, and insecticides and pesticides we use in order to obtain higher productivity. So, the main aim of commercial farming is for the sale purpose rather than consumption purpose. So, that is why we use higher HYV seeds and insecticides and pesticides we use. So, next question is state any one example of a crop which may be commercial in one region and subsistence in other region. So, you can give the example of rice here. Rice is a commercial crop in Haryana state and Punjab, but in Orissa it is a subsistence farming or subsistence crop it is. Mention any two plantation crops in India. Coffee and rubber are plantation crops. So, what are plantation crops? You might have already studied, which is practiced in a rather larger area, a single crop is grown. So, coffee and rubber you can mention. What is a plantation crop? Plantation crop is a single crop is grown on a large area. Plantations cover large tracts of land using capital intensive inputs. Capital intensive inputs means which we have seen HYV seeds and insecticides, pesticides and tractors, or mechanized type of farming is used here, and with the help of migrant laborers. So, usually in and around the states wherever we are having this plantation crop, the people labor will be migrated from the neighboring states because it is a cheap labor available, because large number of laborers are available in this type of plantation crops. So, what is the next question? State any one feature of intensive subsistence farming. Intensive subsistence farming is a labor intensive farming, that means more labor is required. So, where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigation are used for obtaining higher production. So, here the word itself is intensive. Intensive means where we put more doses of chemicals and irrigation, and mechanized type of farming is also used. More labors are used because we require a high production. So, it is a labor intensive farming. So, with this we have completed this assignment, and please write all these questions and answers in your classwork or homework and submit your respective teachers. Thank you.